Hey everyone and welcome to the video. So, about time, we have some Saints Row news. I can't lie, I was very tempted to make a video talking about how Saints Row is kind of testing everyone's patience and we're all kind of waiting for an update. Luckily, didn't have to do it, we've finally got one. So, I'll go through the boring stuff and then we'll get to the good stuff. So, they essentially announced that, through fall they're going to be working on bug fixes, heart fixes, blah blah blah. The stuff you kind of expect them to be working on, fixing the bugs, because Saints Row is kind of riddled with the stuff. It's not cyberpunk bad as people like to make out, but there's a fair few bugs and they're kind of spending their time working on it, which is always fantastic news. Less bugs the better. But we do get a few glimpses into kind of some of the more interesting things. So they kind of hint again at these content updates, adding new gameplay mechanics, adding new things. So they talk a little about the expansion passes and how they're working on that and kind of how we're going to be getting that shortly, hopefully. They're kind of working to get that content out there for people, and they do also talk about how it will actually have its own story to it, so it's not going to be something kind of boring like I don't know, some kind of cheesy DLC. It seems to have its own story, which I think will be a godsend to a lot of people, as we all know the DLC story could hopefully be a little bit better than the main game story, because honestly I'm not the only one who's disappointed with that, so hey, we can hope, right? They also kind of mention, kind of adding content updates and gameplay mechanics in the game. I can't really remember exactly what it said, but they seem to just be hinting that content's kind of on the way, and that's, again, fantastic news. The article, by the way, is down below in the description if you would like to read it for yourself. It's very short, it's kind of more of a statement than an article, a couple paragraphs, really short, but feel free to have a read yourself, it's interesting stuff. And they also announced that they're going to be giving free cosmetics away. Now, I'm all up for more customization options. This is really cool. I like that they're going to go down the route of kind of giving the players free things in the future, Always something to kind of look forward to. It's always nice to, see whether we're going to get a new cosmetic this month, a new kind of character creation thing, and, it's not exactly the most exciting thing in the world, don't get me wrong, but hey, it's always fun to kind of mess around with the new features they're adding, mess around with the new things they're adding, and this seems to be already a step in the right direction. So I guess all that really is left to be done now is for us to kind of see how they roll out this content to us. Are we going to be drip fed it? Are we going to be having kind of huge content things? I know we should be getting a roadmap at some point where it kind of lays all this out, so when will we be getting that? But either way, this was called the fall update, so I imagine this is going to be kind of leading into Christmas, which kind of hints that we'll be getting one of the expansions before Christmas, but you didn't hear it from me, except you did because I made that video. God, I hope I'm right. But it seems to me that they were kind of hinting that a few of the expansions from the expansion pass, which by the way is sold separately for anyone wondering, if you had to pre-order to get it, nope, it's sold separately. They kind of hinted it should be coming around the fall era, which is good news. I kind of want a new story to dive into with Saints Row, and it's nice that they're kind of giving us a little update on this briefly, as we're all kind of waiting for, well, anything really with Saints Row at this point. So I look forward to seeing what they're going to do in the future. I hope it's kind of good quality and people do enjoy it, and I hope it can be a situation where the DLC almost saves the game, because obviously gameplay wise I don't mind the game. I know a lot of people aren't exactly sold on it and it's iffy, and everyone can have their opinion. I quite like the gameplay. I would say the story is really what let it down. So all I can say is I hope that these stories are kind of their own short segments that build upon its own in-game lore, and hopefully just kind of not fix what was there before, because I think that damage with that story is kind of done, but maybe have their own mini stories in it, for example like the Saints Row Christmas, where it has its own mini story in it and you can kind of get into that perhaps even more so than the main campaign. But of course this is all theorizing and I don't know. I can't say it'll be happening, I can't say it won't. Anyway, thank you for watching. That's kind of the update. The article thingy is down below, so feel free to have a read through that. It's interesting stuff. Anyway, see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.